Hi, I'm Link, and today I obtained the new familiars inside of Update 14 of Anime Vanguards. So, let's get right into the video. We are back, and now I can finally get Saber's familiar. So, this was a little bit of time. I don't even think I got Maki's Memoria. No, I did not. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to farm this for a little while longer, but in the meantime, I can just throw in all the rerolls. I can go for not all of those. Yeah, I feel like that. I've been stacking up on a bunch of rainbows. As you can see, I'm at basically max. Now, we can finally equip Saber with her Memoria, King's Crown. Saber does 1 million damage on placement. Yeah, interesting. We can bring her with Sokra. I feel like bringing her with Sokra we can do. And now, let's go check her out. We are. So, let's start with placing down Saber. I think I want to do this. Turn on the speed, set a custom spot. And then we'll not place him down yet because I want to go over the passives one more time because I have not seen her. I did not equip the Memoria, but I don't know what would be her best. Possibly the Aki Memoria, applying every time she applies slow. So all enemies within 70% of her range are slowed by 20%. Every unit placed by the same player without Sokra in its name and not corrupted gains 15% SPA. For every affected unit and enemy, this unit gains 5% damage up to 50%. Immune status effects and debuffs. On Sokra's placement, this unit performs an additional attack synced to its SPA timer at 50% damage. Additional attacks. Each additional attack increases range by 1% up to 30%. These additional attacks do not count as Dark Excalibur, but contribute to its build-up. Every 5 attacks switch to Dark Excalibur for next attack. During it, she has 20% SPA, 100% damage, 20% range, and attacks inflict burn for 35% damage over 6 seconds. So, now with that out of the way, let's look at the familiar. Wrongs righted. In passive Aura Corruption, 20% slow now becomes 50%, and allies no longer suffer the SPA increase. The passive Dark Excalibur damage bonus now increases damage dealt instead of the damage stat. Anytime this unit attacks with Dark Excalibur, it buffs itself by 200% damage and 30% range for 60 seconds. She gains 6,000% damage. And while a Sokra unit's in range, that unit gains 10% of this unit's damage. Anytime a Sokra in range is sold, this placement is not refunded. This unit immediately readies Dark Excalibur and buffs its own damage by 300% for 60 seconds. Now, we can go through some upgrades. Let me set some yen here. And she goes million, 2 million. What's she? Okay, she does have fully. We have to heard about that. And then ends off at 8 million. Now we get Sokra in her range. She I want to corrupt Dante. What is she gaining? Oh, gains that unit gains 10% of this unit's damage. So, yeah, that's pretty good. And I kind of want to corrupt both of these. Now with that, she has 3-second SPA, full AoE. She can deal 21 million damage, as I just saw. Whoa. Yeah, 23 million damage. 70 range. She does have that slow, which is very strong. Now, I think we should go over Frieren, as I don't feel like my previous one was good, so I'm just going to redo that whole entire thing. So, let's begin with Frieren. Selling all these units because we don't need any units now. On placement, she deals 91k. Obviously, I do not have Monarch, so we can give her Monarch. She deals 300k on placement. Then as we upgrade, 390, 600, 800, a million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million at the end with a nice, decent cone. So if we begin with her first, this allows her to walk along the path, just picking a start and end point. Now while she does that, we can go over her passives. She's immune to status effects, except while attacking, plus 100% damage to enemies with overshield. This unit will randomly spawn treasure chests along the path every 15 seconds. For every chest collected, she either will gain nothing, 1,000 yen, 3% damage, or 1.5% range, up to 30% damage, and 15% range. This unit can only collect the chests spawned by it. When this unit begins its journey, increases damage and range by 4% per second while traveling, up to 100% and 50% respectively. This buff resets when active Wayward Journey is activated. Every attack reduces this buff by 5% and 2.5%. Now we can go over her familiar. Scholarly Mage, 3,000% damage. And then Grand Adventure gains the active Grimoire. Every chest this unit opens also yields one spell page at random, up to 5 of each. Casting a spell increases this unit's damage by 100% for 60 seconds. Every 15 seconds spent walking the track begins a new side quest, up to 4 at once. Hurried Response increases range by 5% for every second spent without attacking, which will reset on attack. Right now she is at 7 million, so she can stack up damage quite frequently. Now, Journey's End. Long Live Knowledge. Anytime this unit goes 20 seconds without attacking, buff damage by 60% for 60 seconds. Timer starts when this unit attacks. Anytime this unit opens a chest, gains 2,000 yen in addition to anything else. 10% chance to gain a trinket stat from chests. Trinkets increase damage and yen gain by 5%. And then every 3 spell pages used, this unit gains 1 spell page at random. So, if we would go over to Grimoire, we have all of these. We have Black Hole, Field of Flowers, Teleport, Death Ray, and Heal. Black Hole deals 300% damage to every enemy on the map and repulses each one that can be repulsed. And each of these you use 1 spell page and you can use 5 times. Field of Flowers leaves a field the size of this unit's range. Nature unit standing in it gain 50% damage for 60 seconds. Choose an allied unit, then choose where it should stand. The unit is then moved there. Then deal 1,000% damage to the single highest HP enemy on the map. Then, for heal, cleanse every allied unit of all negative status effects and status debuffs. So, the unit is very, very strong. You want to continuously use this, just keep getting money. You want to like place units, upgrade them, defeat enemies, and you can get a bunch of yen spell pages to then continuously deal damage. So I think you just want to continuously keep her on Wayward Journey. You really don't care about her attacking because you can use her spell pages for her attack. Like, bam, I just use Death Ray. Deals a good amount of damage. We go back, we do Black Hole, we repulse. Then we go, oh, is it animation? I think it might, oh, never mind, I'm clicking the wrong one. And you do Death Ray again. You go back, Black Hole, then you go back. You know, if I want to teleport. You definitely make these units very, very strong. She could be good as a farm unit, but she might just be amazing with like modes where you're bringing one farm and you want a little bit of DPS, but you also want buffs. If you're using nature, I mean the nature tower is definitely now way better because of her. I definitely think these two units are outstanding, along with Dante and Sid, who I didn't really go over. I obtained, but I didn't use. Basically, Dante, millions of damage, bunch of crit damage. Sid, bunch of build up, then you're gonna do a million damage. He's very good as a tournament unit, I would say. Dante's probably also very good as a tournament unit. But I think that's gonna be the end for this video. Whenever Anime Vanguards does something interesting, I'll be back to make a video on it. Or Anime Expeditions. But until then, I'll be seeing you.